So there was no shortage of gore, very uncensored, and another great episode for season 3 of ReZero. Let me say, they are just killing it. Like, you can feel the intensity and the energy and the emotions of this episode when Sirius was facing off Emilia. When she seen Emilia, she went ballistic. Also, the detail of the animation again on episode 2 is amazing. The fire versus ice, you could tell they were telling the story of good and evil with the ice and the fire and the intensity of that fight. Also, I want to say again, the music is phenomenal, and also the OP, the intro is off the charts. It's a banger, and at the ending is again a banger. So in the first couple of scenes in the opening of this episode, we have Subaru getting returned by death and over again, trying to save the little boy's life, and he keeps failing to save him 3 or 4 times. And he was like, about Tina, if I don't do this, Tina, and he couldn't finish the sentence, and Subaru tried to save him, but during those times, Sirius will come out and will confront him and make him suffer. Also like the scene, how they made it very gory, how sadistic Sirius is, basically kidnapping and also dang torture, and that's what Sirius did. I like how they made her just like Sloth of Beetlejuice, and it just go right along with that, making her just as crazy, maybe even crazier, and the mind games and the brainwashing and stuff like that. It goes right along with Beetlejuice, and we've seen it in the web novel chapters how crazy she can be, but it's a different story, and they translate it so well. The transition so well into the anime and made her way crazier, maybe just as crazy, but way crazier as Sloth. In the next scene, I like how Reinhard came and saved the day in a way. But you can see Reinhard I don't think he paid attention to the people. I know he wants to end Sirius and the Saint Archbishops, but kind of looks like he gave in to peer pressure, because everybody was like, kill her, and everybody was begging for that, and he gave in to peer pressure. Reinhard did, it seems like, and he made a mistake and everybody died, and he realized, like, oh my god, like, the cause of this action of doing that just wiped out everybody. And so he kind of felt that pain, and Reinhard don't like that. He don't like to cause harm to people, and you can see how vulnerable he is with that, and Reinhard felt some pain in that. So in this scene was a good scene as well, when the last time Subaru tried to save the little boy and from kidnapping from Sirius, he grabbed Biko and he was like, come with me, and explain what's going on to her. But also this was a great scene because Emilia stood her ground and actually stand for something, like, I want to protect you, Subaru, not only for me, I know you're protecting me, but I also want to protect you. And she just went out and just struck ice right in Sirius. And so she was meant business, and she knew what was going on, and she is growing in character. How she'd been in this episode, you can see the growth in character. But also, I like how she explained her feelings to Subaru, and the music in that time was phenomenal. I don't think that was I don't think that no other music was acceptable but that music during that time. That was great time, and to have that sentimental music while they're explaining what's going on and their feelings are like, hey, I want to protect you like you protect me. Now let's get into the main scene, the main focus point that a lot of people will be talking about is Sirius versus Emilia. This fight brought the intensity and very gory. This was uncut, unedited, very emotional charged fight scene in an anime, and I haven't seen that in a long time. And ReZero brings those emotional trigger fights into the series and into anime. I think this was well put together. The animation of fire versus ice was, you could tell who's bad and good, and it clashed together. It made unbelievable, phenomenal animation between those two characters fighting back and forth, ice versus fire. There was some heat. There was emotional charge because Sirius was basically accusing Emilia of being Satella and stealing her man, and that was Beetlejuice, the Senior Bishop of Sloth. And it's also brings to me that Sirius is just as crazy as Beetlejuice, maybe even crazier. And like I said earlier in the video, that the transition of the web novel making Sirius just as crazy as Sloth transition to the anime was done perfectly. She reminds me of Sloth. If you take a woman version of Sloth and Beetlejuice as a man version of Sirius, you couldn't tell the difference because they're both crazy, and that was a great transition of that. Not only the namesake mattered with Sirius having the same last name as Beetlejuice, but also making her just as crazy. And basically that would happen when Pandora, you would wonder in the other arcs, but you would wonder that Pandora giving these witch factors to Beetlejuice and Fortuna, that they make them go crazy. The witch factor make them go absolutely nuts. Or just that Satella basically took her man, and that's why she said, silver hair, you dang devil, you silver hair, your beauty, you homewrecker. That was incredible. That was very emotionally discharged and made the fight unbelievable. It is amazing how Emilia, stood in the fight with Sirius until Sirius pulled a stunt. And what we say about the little boy about Tina, she actually used Tina as a shield. Emilia just stopped, and after that she just got dominated and set on fire. And here comes Regulus Corneus, and here comes Regulus Corneus and to save her, and like, she's about to be my wife. She's about to be my wife. I'm going to do what a man should do. I'm going to take her, and she's going to be my wife. And basically, Regulus Corneus said that right in front of Subaru, and Subaru just like got mad about it. And I like that emotion from Subaru when it does come to Emilia. That fight was a 10 out of 10, and it's just the beginning of that fight. It's going to be crazy to see the rest of it plays out from the web novel into the animation. Can we just point out one thing? I mean, everybody's talking about Elsa's breast in episode 1, but oh my god, Emilia's are just big in episode 2. I mean, it's a slightly bigger, but oh my god, when she did the sword thing and she comes straight at you, it's like a face full of boobs in your dang face, and I like that. Way to go. It's great to have Peak Zero back, the best anime of today, and it will be the best anime of the year, swear to god. But I will leave the web novel chapters down below in the description based off this episode so you can read. But leave a comment down below what you think about this episode, and it's great to have rezero back. Peak Zero, best anime of the year, I swear to god.